All right, so imagine this. You're walking through a forest and you're trying to get back home the fastest way as you can. And then you see two different roads. On the one side, you see a road that is quite long, but it's clear, There's no obstacles. You just have to walk a lot more longer. On the other hand, you have a shorter road, but it is full of poison ivy. But you are wearing pants, so you wouldn't be affected by it if you walk through this. Which one would you choose? So I say this because in Japan, the idea of riding a bike is pretty similar to this. Japan has created a system in which pretty much on most roads you'll see some blue arrows that will allow you to ride your bike on the road. For whatever reason, efficiency, it's more flat, something. But there's a clear sidewalk that is like completely usable. Sure, there's pedestrians, but like y'all can take turns. And Japan really advocates for this, of using the road on the street in order to use your bike. And if you ask me, I would 100% rather choose to get on the sidewalk than be hit by a car. Japan has kind of an issue when it comes to drivers. There's two things. One of them is that there's a lot of newer drivers. There's a lot of older drivers. They use symbols, which I imagine I would put somewhere like here, that kind of show you, like, at least that they're fairly new. They have to put a sticker outside their car for 1 year to say if they're new, or if they're like 75 years and older, they have to put on a different sticker. But clearly right there, it's useful information. But in places where I live, there's too many of them everywhere. So I definitely feel a little bit more unsafe riding a bicycle on the road as compared to, on the sidewalk. The other thing is that a lot of today's cars in Japan, which I imagine there's also exists outside of the world, they have like a little screen, supposed to be of utility to see the radio, check stuff, whatever. But a lot of people end up hacking these little screens in order to somehow put like TV, like satellite TV, and so they can be watching a show, they can be watching YouTube, maybe like something, and so they just are constantly distracted. I think that's far more worse than just having them using your phone while driving. It's equally the same type of distraction. So in the end, you always end up having these type of accidents happen, I think on a daily, of someone gets hit by a car, and then there's all this things, lives may be lost or whatnot. And the Japanese government has been pretty slow to react to this, as it's been going on for many years. So what have they done recently? It's that they strongly recommend that you wear a helmet. That doesn't really fix the issue, right? A lot of Japanese roads aren't built to handle both cars and cyclists in the same road. Many of these roads are very narrow, so it literally just fits one car for each side. So if you put two cyclists on each side with those cars, it's not going to work. Usually these cars end up swerving to go ahead of you, or they have to pretty much do a conga line waiting behind, because it's just not going to work with the amount of space that they have. So in bigger cities, yes, it can work, but like in these smaller rural areas, it just doesn't seem as feasible. And if you have a clearly good sidewalk, might as well use it. Sure, there are some sidewalks in which they tell you there's a sign that says you cannot go here, but if there's not that, for me, I'm taking the case of like, I'm going through the sidewalk as much as I can until I'm not allowed to, because I don't want to die. Especially get hit by a car, be hit by someone who's not paying attention to the road, and especially being someone who's, I guess, an expat working here. they're gonna try to blame things on me no matter what. So, I don't want to deal with that type of burden. But, this is just kind of something that I wanted to talk about, just bring to light. I'm not sure if you're interested in living in Japan, or if you're living in Japan and are a cyclist, what are your opinions on this? It's just something that I wanted to talk about because I think it doesn't get as much conversation. But don't worry, if you're looking for other type of content, that is coming soon. But yeah, just wanted to say that I really like the layout of this video, especially from the last one. So if you're interested in wanting to know more about, just life in Japan or other things, definitely let me know. I just come up with whatever content that sticks and I feel interested in talking about. So yeah, hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye.